Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tea with Trina. I hope you're doing well. I'm not for sure what you're having, but I'm having mint tea today with a touch of honey. That's what I'm having, and it's really nice. I'm going to sit here and have this tea, but I wanted to come on today and talk with you about big feelings and big emotions and learning how to hold ourselves through them. And I thought about this because as adults, I know that many of us have big emotions, right? And many of us haven't been taught to regulate them well. And so I wanted to bring the subject up and talk about it and give you a few tips that may be helpful for you. Okay. So really want to talk about this today. The big feelings, those kind of feelings that seem to like take over your entire body or your entire day, the kind of emotions that maybe make your chest feel tight or have your thoughts racing or have your voice shaking or maybe you just want to lay in the bed all day. I know, I get it. I've been there. Okay, experiencing these big emotions. And this could come up in the form of anger. Could come up in a form of grief, disappointment, fear, loneliness, jealousy, shame, overwhelm. It could come up as resentment or heartbreak. And I think one of the biggest misunderstandings adults have is the belief that maturity means not having big emotions. But the truth is, emotional health is not the absence of emotion at all. It's the ability to navigate emotion without abandoning yourself. Okay. It's the ability to navigate emotion without abandoning yourself or harming others. That's the big thing. Okay. Sticking with you and not putting your emotional dysregulation off on someone else. Okay. And I know that, as I said earlier, adults, many of us weren't taught to regulate our emotions. We weren't taught how to do that. Or we may never have really learned how to do that well. A lot of times growing up, and children are taught to suppress their emotions, like be strong or don't cry or stop crying. You need to keep going, right? Get up and get back on the horse and keep riding, right? Or even smile through the pain. A lot of times it's about the performance, or it has been about the performance instead of wellness and instead of actually feeling safe. And because of that, many adults who have been raised that way are walking around emotionally flooded while trying to appear emotionally composed. And what I've learned personally and professionally is this: big feelings, they're not bad, they're just information. Your emotions are often your inner world trying to tell you, hey, I'm going through something, or something matters to me right now, or something hurts here, or something feels unsafe, or something needs attention, right? Or even something needs to change. And the problem is not the emotion, okay? The emotions, as I mentioned, are there to give us a signal, right? The issue comes up is what we do once the emotions arrive. So if you find yourself doing one of the following, this is the issue, is that when you're feeling big emotions, maybe an explosion, right? To have like you just explode out on someone, okay? You disappear or ghost, or you get into the pattern of people pleasing, or you may overwork, or self isolate, or become controlling, like you need to control everything around you to avoid feeling vulnerable feelings, or you numb through food, eating, overeating, consumption of alcohol, scrolling or spending time just mindlessly scrolling online, or just packing your schedule just to be busy so you don't feel the feelings. So that's the route not to take, because healing asks us to do something different. Okay. Healing asks us to stay present with ourselves while we're feeling the feelings. Mhm. Healing is asking ourselves to stay present with ourselves through the feelings of feeling uncomfortable. This is the emotional work. It's the real work to do. An important thing that I want you to know is you do not need to fear your feelings. It's important to have the tools to move through them. So today I'm going to give you a few things that you can activate, you can be mindful of and pay attention to. These things will help when your emotions feel overwhelming or they feel really big. The first thing to do is when you're feeling big emotions is to slow down. Slow yourself down. Slow your thinking, your process down before you react. Okay. The important thing is not every feeling that you have needs an immediate decision, right? You don't need to take immediate action on a feeling. So when emotions rise, oftentimes the nervous system wants immediate relief in the moment. And a lot of times when your nervous system wants immediate relief in the moment, this may be when you say some things you may regret later, you shut down, or you quit something. It may be an opportunity or a relationship, or you begin to spiral internally. But the thing that you need to do instead is pause. Pause, breathe, ground yourself, right? Ask yourself, what am I actually feeling beneath? Beneath this anger, beneath the hurt, right? You want to go a layer or two below that initial feeling because the anger may actually be disappointment, right? Control may actually be fear. Um, Withdrawal, you could be hurt, right? So you want to go beneath, the feeling, initial feeling. And then number two, you want to name what that feeling is and name it without judging yourself. You want to name it without telling yourself what you should be doing, right? Or saying I'm being dramatic, or saying I shouldn't feel this way, or saying what is wrong with me. Uh, Instead of saying those things that I just mentioned, it's important to notice that you're feeling overwhelmed. So you can say, I notice I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I notice I'm feeling hurt, or I notice I'm feeling sad, or I notice that there's some fear here. What is that about, right? And really explore that, right? So you want to name it, because when you initially name it, the brain begins to regulate. Right? You're giving a signal to your brain. You're telling your brain, okay, this is what's going on, and so you're creating awareness instead of becoming consumed by the feeling. Okay, and then right, you want to be able to regulate your body, right? Not just your thoughts, but also your body. It's true that you can't always think your way out of feeling emotional or emotional overwhelm or having big feelings. Sometimes your body may need something. Your body may need support initially. So it's important sometimes when you're feeling big emotions, and this is the way you can regulate, is to take a walk, to stretch, to drink some water, to breathe deep, put your feet on the ground, right? Go outside. You may need to cry or rest. A lot of people say take a nap, right? That may be what your body needs in the moment. Pray, meditate, journal. You can call and talk it out with someone that you feel safe with. Listen to music, dance, and move your body. Like your nervous system needs a reset. And a lot of times you can do that by moving your body or doing something physical or active. Okay. Number four is to stop expecting yourself never to feel big emotions or never to feel emotions. Like, the thing about it is like being healed, it does not mean never feeling emotional or never becoming upset, right? It's just that your recovery time changes when you understand, and when you've gone through healing, right? Your awareness changes. You notice, oh, I'm feeling this way. This is what I need to do to take care of me, right? And so then you change your responses. You also learn how to repair faster, right? You learn how to communicate more honestly with others in the moment, mhm, which is essential. That's what healing is. So I just want to repeat, healing and being healed is not about not experiencing big emotions. We're all going to experience big emotions at some point continually. But it's really about being able to be honest with yourself, honest with others, communicate, repair, and be aware, right? And faster on your recovery time. Okay. Number five, ask yourself what you need in the moment. I had some of you who've listened to my Tea with Trina before, I say, like, when something big happens, I always ask myself, what now? What next? So, what do you need in the moment? Okay. Not every emotional moment is solved by pushing harder or doing something, right? Some things need different things. So, find out what you need in the moment. Okay. And sometimes you can ask yourself, do I need rest? Do I need support? Do I need to be honest with myself? Do I need to speak truth to someone else? Do I need space right now? Do I need comfort? Comfort. Do I need to set a boundary? Mhm. Do I need connection? Do I need clarity? Right? Those questions you need to ask yourself, what do you need? And find out what that is for you in the moment. Okay. And it's important to know that adults, a lot of times we keep functioning while we're emotionally depleted. And I'm telling you all of these things so that we can stop functioning while feeling emotionally depleted, so that we can start taking care of ourselves when big emotions come up. And it's okay to do that. Okay. It's okay to do that. And it's necessary to do that because eventually, when unprocessed emotions are coming up, they start to speak loudly, louder through your body. um, they speak louder within your relationship. They can cause exhaustion. These big emotions that have been unprocessed. They can cause anxiety, resentment, and disconnection. And the thing is that we want to move away from doing that to ourselves, to our bodies, and to our relationships, right? So, the big thing to note is that your feelings matter. Your feelings deserve your attention. And I really wanted to share this with you today because having big emotions, it doesn't mean that you're weak. It means that you're human. Okay. And I want you to know that you are allowed to feel deeply, to feel things deeply, and still be mature. You're allowed to feel things deeply and still be wise. You are allowed to feel things deeply, even feeling the overwhelm, and still be growing. You are allowed to have moments that are emotional and still be on your healing journey. Okay. The goal here is not perfection. The goal really is to learn how to hold yourself with compassion while becoming more emotionally responsive to your needs, right? That is growth, you all. That is healing. That is maturity. And, sometimes you may need to stop and pause and ask yourself another question, which may be the real question. What would change in your life if you stop fighting your emotions and start learning how to understand them? Okay. To really learn how to understand your emotions and what's coming up for you. So, if this message resonated with you and you are ready to deepen your emotional well being, strengthen your relationships, and learn how to navigate life with more clarity and self trust, I would love to support you. And so I encourage you to send me a message. You can send me a private message and let's schedule a time to have a conversation. Together, we can help you better understand your patterns, regulate your emotions, and create the life and the relationships that you truly, truly desire. That's what I know. That's how I can help. And so I wanted to come on and share this tea with Trina with you and encourage you to take care of your heart, especially when it has been carrying a lot, because you are worth it. You are so worth it and you are worthy. So that's what I wanted to share with you today for this tea with Trina. I hope this message has been helpful and that it lands well with you today. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to talking with you on the next tea with Trina. Until next time.